rubbing your bitch on her fat ass. I said, bitch, gon' make some money with your rat ass. She rolled her eyes left and came right back. Made it rain on me. I said, damn, straight like that. All my bitches.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Mile High Chosen One, man, and we are back here with another video for the day. If you have been keeping up with me for the day, this is the second video I have dropped for the day. So if you missed the first upload from earlier this morning to how to rush for over 200 yards a game, go check that last video out. In this video, I'm going to show you how to score 100% of the time in the red zone. I know nothing is perfect, but this right here is perfect if you run it right. Now, what you want to do is you want to go to a formation in the shotgun, any type formation. So it could be flex, it could be tight, whatever. And we want to come out into stick. You can score 100% of the time in the red zone, particularly from the 5-yard end. The play we're going to run is stick. And let's go over cover 3 first. I'm going to show you every zone, cover 3, cover 2, man-to-man, and from there, work from every zone. So what you want to do is we need 2 flat routes on the field, like Y and A. That's why we pick sticks, so we don't have to hot route them into that. They already there. We need 2 flat routes on the field because they are going to suck down coverage. And your outside receivers need to be in comeback routes. And from that point on, you just got to make the right read. Understand that your opponent only have one controller. He can't control both sides of the field. So if he control B, throw it to X. If he run over to X, throw it to B. I'm letting you guys know, if you run this correctly, you will score 100% of the time. Trust me. So let's run it. You see how the zone suck down, and you throw it to a receiver. That's exactly how it works. It's going to work like that every single time. Do it again. See who's open. You see X and B is both open. You just throw it to a spot on the field that you want to throw it to. They're always going to be open in the back of the field if they're in any zone. This is what them flat routes do to the zone. It sucks down the zone. So I want to instant replay this so you guys can see what's going on. The 2 flat routes suck down the coverages, and it leaves the wide outs wide open. Look at this defender right here get sucked down, and then leave that man wide open. I could throw it to him, or I could throw it to the left receiver. It really doesn't matter. Only thing you got to do is throw it to an open spot of the field. Precision pass it to an open spot of the field. You can also highball it. Now, when they come to high passing it, you have to make the best decision for yourself. I typically like to just throw it to an open spot of the field. What I know from this game is, if the computer is playing at linebacker, the computer would never make a play on the ball. So I'm comfortable with throwing that type of pass. And like I always tell you in all my videos, try to learn the concept of the video game, and it's going to help you out. Now out here, we just doing the same thing, but we're just doing the total opposite. We just putting the ones that we had in the flat routes, we putting the slots on the comeback, and we putting the outside receivers on the flat routes. It works exactly the same no matter what. So I just wanted to show you that way as well. Let's go into another cover. Same thing. Let's go to gun tight sticks. And let's go into a cover 2. It works exactly the same. Mind you, this works best if you go 5 yards and in. Anything 5 and in is going to be money. Put on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, don't matter. 2 flats on the field, 2 comebacks on the field. And you just make the read. Watch how X and B is just wide open. Possession catcher. 100% of the time, throw it to an open spot of the field, and it's going to be open. Let's run it again. Once again, your opponent can't cover both sides of the field. Right there. Run it right. You can score 100% of the time in Madden. That's just how it is. And this one, let's do it the opposite way. Let's put the slots on the comebacks, and let's put the outside receivers on the flat routes. It works exactly the same, no matter what. Right there. I wanted the high pass. Like I said, you can high pass it, or you can just throw a regular pass, throwing it to an open spot of the field. It's your choice. It's your choice. You know what I mean? But I like to just throw it to an open spot of the field, but you can high pass it. High pass it, sometimes they throw it over his head. But you can do it whatever way you want to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's run the same thing. Now let's run it out of man-to-man. Going to nickel normal, man-to-man. Only thing at man-to-man, instead of throwing it like a high pass or throwing it to an open spot, you want to low pass it, and then you want a possession catch it. You don't know how to low pass it, it's the left trigger, and whatever icon receiver that you want to throw it to. You possession catch it by holding A. That's all you got to do. Same thing, 2 comebacks, 2 flat routes. Throw it to receiver, hold A every single time. Once again, your opponent would not be able to cover both of those routes. I just want to instant replay it for you guys so you guys can see this. Understand when they play man-to-man, when you see that corner just start following, you know it's man-to-man, low pass it, left trigger, and then I think that's X. Hold A to make him fall to the ground like that. Your opponent can't cover that. So take this into a game and use it. You should never have any issues in the red zone again. Right now, I'm just showing you that you can set it up with the slots as well. But take this in a game. Never have any issues again being in the red zone. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.